decided that it is yet again time to play with some Legos, and this time we're mixing in some Marvel superheroes with Lego Marvel superheroes. Ben, what'd you think of this one?
Well, you never know what you're going to get out of a Lego game. I'm kidding. You always know what you're going to get out of a Lego game, and this one is pretty much Lego with like 150 Marvel characters.
I think it's like a bajillion.
There's a trillion characters in here. It is overwhelming at times when you just kind of, as you're playing through the game, and they just keep introducing new characters, and all of those new characters have multiple abilities. You've got a basic attack and a special move. I'm really impressed that TT Games was able to just kind of make this work at all, because there's so many different types of characters, and they all feel true to form.
Thanks for swinging by, Spider-Man.
You Avenger guys are really great at making a mess.
Well, the introduction of the big Lego, also a huge feat in this game. I mean, you get to be Hulk as the Hulk should look. He is a giant Lego. Abomination, giant Lego. These massive, crazy-sized Legos, you're just going through, tearing everything up, makes exploring the world of Lego a little bit more fun.
Definitely, because you smash, and the bricks go down, and you get tons of studs, and there's just something about that little thing where you just bash something apart and get more studs and see the stud meter go up. That's all this game's about. That's really all these games are about, and it's totally rewarding here, especially when you're playing as one of the big characters. A lot of really cool open world stuff here. Unfortunately, I didn't feel that coolness carried over to a lot of the missions, which to me got very repetitive. It felt like the same thing over and over. Another thing that frustrated me were the controls, which is always sort of an issue in these games. And you can kind of forgive it here because they have so many different powers, so many different kinds of superheroes, that it's hard to get them all working well. But I did find, particularly in the missions, that often I wasn't standing in just the right place to get something working, and sometimes you would have a hard time aiming missiles and aiming things. It's just not the best control you're gonna experience in an action game.
And sometimes the structure of what you're supposed to do isn't told properly. Like, I was with Mr. Fantastic and Captain America in the second level, and I couldn't figure out what the hell I was supposed to do. And I go to one section and it's like, oh, you need Spider-Man to do this. I didn't know that I could use Mr. Fantastic's stretchy arm to do the same thing Spider-Man's arm does, thus eliminating the problem I was having with what the hell am I supposed to do.
There he is.
Maybe we should think about this.
No time.
Yeah, I got stuck a lot too, where just I didn't know where I'm supposed to go next. Like, what am I supposed to push this button now?
I felt like a Lego dummy.
I kind of did too. And this game is supposed to be for families and kids, and this is not supposed to be as sort of weirdly opaque at times as it is, and confusing in the messaging. So I didn't think this was sort of the smoothest Lego game I've played. It got a little glitchy at times too. I got a couple bugs where a guy would get trapped somewhere and couldn't get out.
I had my Iron Man fell into the water after I jumped, and I switched to my other character, and I was playing around with them, and then I switched back to him, and Iron Man was just falling through the world. And then I switched back to my character, and he was falling through the world, and then the game froze.
Now that's criminal.
Well, I definitely applaud TT Games for once again delivering a very large Lego experience. This is, again, I keep saying the biggest Lego game ever, but I think this one might be the biggest game ever. It's also a pretty good amount of fun. I'm giving Lego Marvel Superheroes a 7.5 out of 10.
I'm giving it an 8.5. Excelsior!
I think that means excellent, right?